make it happen.
I'm gonna make a deal with you really quick.
Yes.
If I get the golden buzzer, you gotta come out there and pick me up.
Oh, I got it. Listen, I promise you that.
They will tell you that what you're trying to do is impossible until it isn't. There comes a moment in every single one of our lives where we can either choose to be average or we can choose to do that one thing that's tugging at our heart. For some of us, it's a goal or a dream that we've been holding on to since we were kids. For others, it's talking to that girl or approaching that guy. But for every single one of us, it's something different. Look, I don't know about you, but sometimes there's people that try and tell us, hey, I know that's that dream of yours, but it's kind of impossible. You won't be able to do that. For some of us, it's our parents telling us that. It's our friends. For others, it's just the people that you're surrounded by telling you that you can't do it. Well, I'm here to say forget that. You can, and you will. That's why I created the brand Attempt Impossible, because they will tell you that you can't, and they will tell you that it's impossible until it isn't. I want all of you to know that myself and the whole Attempt Impossible community, we believe in you. What you're trying to do may seem impossible right now, and they will tell you that it's impossible right now, but they'll only tell you that until it isn't. Go, be great, be you, and attempt the impossible. It's now been officially 1 year since my moment on America's Got Talent. And before we get into this whole, how that whole day went and everything, I just want to say thank you to you guys. The channel has over 100,000 subscribers. It's now my duty to make sure that we take over this YouTube platform. So thank you to all you guys. You know, even my little guy here. My little guy here, we just want to say thank you, man. Showing up for the video, showing up for the brand, showing up for everything. As you saw, I now got the official brand launched, Attempt Impossible. All right, watch out, ugly. Oh, careful. Yeah, I just can't say thank you. I just can't say thank you enough to you guys, man. Because of you guys that I get to show up on here and interact with you guys. I know I've been gone for the month of May. That's because right now I'm actually working on an album. Well, actually, I was working on an album. I'm back here now because, the album's done. But more on that later. We'll come up with a release date and everything. I'm working with my team and we're figuring out the best way we could roll that out for you guys. You saw the title of today's video. Today, I'll be discussing what it was like the day I got the golden buzzer about a year ago. So to start, I actually prepared for this moment for months in advance. People don't realize I didn't go home. It's my senior year of college. I didn't go home for Thanksgiving break. I didn't go home for a lot of the breaks and stuff because I was busy trying to make this work. Because for my senior year, I didn't have any job applications pending. I didn't have any applications for apartments in. I didn't have anything going that guaranteed, a life after college. And my family, they trusted me, but they were also like, yo, we got to see some results, and for me, it's the last thing I wanted to do is not provide any of those results, and I knew I had to pull it off with my senior year. Yeah, it was just crazy that I had the opportunity and I couldn't let it go to waste, So yeah, leading up to going onto the stage, a lot of people don't realize that day, Howie Mandel was the only judge who still had a golden buzzer left. So my episode aired second, but my date of filming was one of the last days that America's Got Talent was filming. What was crazy is a lot of people asked me yo, did you ask all your friends to come out and stuff? People don't realize that was completely random that those students were in the audience the day of my audition. America's Got Talent films about 2 episodes. It films 2 shows a day. So what they do is they have a 3 o'clock show and then they have a 7 o'clock show. And they interchange the crowd for each show, and it allows the judges to get a break. It allows the crew to get a break, so they film one show, break. Film another show, boom. The next day, film one show, boom. Film the next show, and it's over and over. And they just keep hustling. And what was crazy is the day that I was doing my filming, I was supposed to be in the 3 o'clock show. And last minute, my producer comes up to me and she's like, hey, like we had, I think like a malfunction happened. I think someone either got hurt or something like that. And they had to switch some scheduling around and I got moved into the 7 o'clock show last minute, the day of. And for me, I was like, all right, cool. Like that gives me more time to like catch my nerves and everything like that. But what was crazy is like when I walk out onto the stage, like all those students that were tripping out, like it was random. They decided for spring break that they were gonna go to California from Arizona. And for some reason they decided one of the things they were gonna do was just watch America's Got Talent live. And we happened to meet at the same time, at the same show. And they happened to be sitting up front. Like it was crazy. So that's why I was like tripping out and like, oh, like acting all wild and stuff. And I don't know, it's like when I saw that, like it made me feel right at home because I would perform almost every month at the university I went to. So by being there, by seeing them there, it just made me feel right at home. I was used to it and it just felt like another performance on campus. Just this time there's a lot more people and there's judges and stuff. And then I knew like I had to kill it because then I was like, yo, if I don't kill it, they're going to go back to campus. They're going to be like, yo, Joseph Allen, that dude is straight boo-boo, man. He sucks. So I knew I had to do good because I knew like, you know, I wanted them to, whenever they saw me around campus, you know, to be like, yo, like that was crazy. So as I said, Howie Mandel, he was the only one who had his golden buzzer left. And I actually annoyed a lot of the staff backstage because I kept asking them over and over, has Howie Mandel used his golden buzzer yet? Has he used it? Has he used it yet? Has he used it yet? And because there's a 3 o'clock show and then the 7 o'clock show, and each hour feels like it's taking forever when you know there's multiple contestants going out there and any one of them can, you know, get that last golden buzzer of the season. And I kept telling them, I'm like, I kept telling everyone, I was like, if he still has that golden buzzer when I step out there, I promise you I'm gonna get it. I'm coming for it. I have to get it. My whole life, I'm putting it on the line. I have to do it. And they're like, yeah. And they got pretty upset because I think, you know, there's thousands of contestants that you know, audition for this show. And I believe, you know, they were getting to the point where it's like, okay, like this is just another contestant who's like, just, you know, a dream chaser and stuff, but like you're getting on our nerves. But I was serious. I'm coming to get that golden buzzer. And it was crazy because everyone at home saw it. And a lot of people asked me that as well. They're like, was that scripted when you told Terry Crews, if I go out there and get the golden buzzer, will you come pick me up? And no, honestly, it wasn't. I just knew that before I went on there, the producers told me how he still had his golden buzzer. But then they also told me that he was having a bad day and he wasn't in a good mood and stuff like that. So because of that, I was like, I just got to go out there, try and put a smile on his face and try and give the best performance I can and see what I can do. And yeah, as I was stepping out there, it just started going through my head like, Joe, you can do it. Like, you can do it, man. You can attempt the impossible. So at that moment, I just look at Terry Crews, look at my boy, and I'm just like, yo, like if I get it, like you got to come out there and pick me up, man. Because that's when I saw it in my head, I was like, that would make the day like perfect. And, you know, he was like, all right, cool. So, of course, I go out there. And after I give the performance, a lot of people saw me, like, fall down to the ground. It was very emotional because the way the crowd was, like, doing the wave and, like, all this different stuff, it was crazier than what I saw in my head. But then on top of that, like, I knew I did it. I knew that no matter if I got the golden buzzer or not, I gave a performance that was gonna like give me a life after college, you know what I mean, and allow me to do the things that I want to do and inspire people that I want to inspire them and everything like that. So there's actually a moment, you know, after I got the golden buzzer, as I'm walking off stage, you see me like reach up for my family, and that was just like my best way of like trying to tell them like, thank you for trusting me, like it worked, you know, and I'm glad you guys got to see it. And yeah, it was just so wild because right afterwards, the first thing I wanted to do was see my family. But I learned real quick that was not about to happen, man. Like, as soon as I walk backstage, there's media and press taking pictures. Joseph over here, Joseph over here. And luckily, Howie comes up to me. He like taps me on my chest and he says, hey man, this is what you're gonna have to get used to now. You got this. Look right here, smile. I smile. He's like, look over here, smile. And it was just so crazy, like, seeing all this stuff like happening so quick, and everything was moving so fast to the point where actually I remember I was done performing like around like 7:30, and I didn't leave the venue until about 2 a.m. And because there was different media I had to do, sound bites, you know, all this different stuff that comes with, you know, such a big moment, that I didn't get to like properly like hug and say goodbye to my family. And I remember like as I left the venue at 2, I saw my parents like driving on the road, and they like waved at me. They were waving before heading back home. And like that was my only goodbye at that moment. And then what's cool is all the students that went to the school I went to, they were actually waiting for me outside. They like prayed for me afterwards and stuff. It was amazing. And yeah, it was just like a completely life-changing moment, and it was just wild. And what's so cool is like still to this day, like Terry Crews, he's been like one of the biggest I guess like influences in terms, or one of the biggest mentors for me in terms of celebrity, right? In terms of handling like the different things that come with people knowing who you are and stuff. And I'm just so blessed, like all the connections that I've got from the show and everything like that. And yeah, it's just crazy that like to look back at it a year ago, it's crazy that an entire year has gone by and it's still like one of the biggest things that has ever happened to me, you know. And it's a blessing for sure that the whole thing happened. But yeah, we're back on YouTube now. Like I said, I needed to take a break. I've been having a lot of meetings with like my different team members and stuff, and you know, we had to get an album knocked out, and I had to stay focused for that. So I can't say thank you again enough to you guys, because for 3 months straight I was releasing a new song every Friday, and a lot of you guys might not realize, but the reason I was doing that is because we weren't at 100,000 subscribers yet. And I knew if I wanted to test out anything, or if I wanted to find myself, I needed to work quick and do it all before 100,000 subscribers. So that way, you know, once we're, you know, now way past 100,000 subscribers, we're getting like, if not like 1,000 of you guys a day, it's kind of ridiculous. I knew that I wanted to be able to know what direction I'm heading in by the time we hit 100,000, because now it's like we really on here now, you know what I'm saying? It's real deal. So every single song I was uploading, I was going through you guys' comments, and it was helping me find myself as an artist, helping me find, you know, what type of sounds you guys like and stuff like that. And because of you guys, I knew what direction to go in with the album. So again, I can't say thank you enough. And yeah, just stay tuned. I'm not gonna give you guys specific dates that I'm uploading and stuff. You gotta hit that notification bell. Just know we're gonna be uploading a lot, and you know, I just can't wait to see really what we turn this into. So shout out to you guys, shout out to my whole team with the Attempt Impossible brand. Shout out to my team helping me out with my album. Shout out to Nate, who manages this YouTube channel and helps out with, you know what I'm saying, making sure that the content you guys are getting is, you know what I'm saying, some solid stuff, and making sure, you know, we grow this into, if not the #1 channel on YouTube. So that's it for today's video, man. I hope that was in focus the whole time. I think it was. I love you guys. They'll tell you that what you're trying to do is impossible until it isn't, man. Chase your dreams, follow your heart. Peace. Yo, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We're back in action now that pretty much my time of working on the album is done. Me and my team, we're still figuring out the release date and how we're gonna roll out the project for you guys. But I can't say thank you enough for all you guys' inputs on the Tuesday or New Music Fridays that I was uploading and everything. That was a great way for me to see like really what type of sounds you guys like, and a great way for me to find myself as an artist. We went strong on that for about 3 months. And you know, now it's time for us to really, you know, turn this into what we all know it can be. So I guess I'll end it with saying, you know, follow your dreams, chase your passions and stuff, you know, and remember that they'll always tell you that what you're trying to do is impossible until it isn't, you know. So attempt the impossible, and until next video, peace.